Hey everyone. So the big thing with this chapter is we get the official reveal that Amane's grandfather is the database. And that's something we already knew, but the reason why he's the database is even more interesting because apparently Amane's grandfather has what's called preternatural memory. And yes, I looked it up. Apparently this is a real thing. It's just very rare in people, which is basically his ability to retain memories of events and people beyond what even a normal human being is capable of. So like even years into his life, even years into his life, Amane's grandfather still remembers so many names and names and events and places and whatnot that he's experienced. So yeah, in a way, it would make sense for someone like that in order to be the database. And this reveal in itself, and honestly, like the reveal in itself isn't all that surprising. Again, it was all pretty much made obvious as fuck that Amane's grandfather was the database, but the reveal in itself does paint a bit more of an interesting picture of possibly the circumstances surrounding the death of Amane's mother, which is to say that by just having that particular ability of preternatural memory, I imagine Amane's mother probably learned something about the JAA that the top brass didn't want getting out to the public. So because of that, she might have asked Yotsumura to personally kill her, so no one will have the information that she knows. Like it's again, only an educated guess right now, but I'd almost imagine that that's kind of how why Yotsumura had to kill his wife to begin with is because she knew too much and she wanted to die in order to protect so that what she knew didn't get out to anyone. So it's like, yeah, she probably just said, please kill me. I don't want, please kill me. It's the best to protect the information that I have, kind of thing. And speaking of Amane's grandfather, though, I do like the heart-to-heart we get between both grandfather and grandson in this chapter, telling Amane just to let go of the past and find his own path, that regardless of what he chooses, he'll still love him. Like, it's one of those things that's very, very simple, but one that does show he does love Amane and will stand by him regardless. Although that also makes it even more frustrating that Amane seemingly doesn't know the secrets about his grandfather. Like, that's the one thing about this. It's like, please, just someone tell this kid already. Like, it's gotten a little annoying, frankly. With that said, though, the chapter ends with Amane shutting down the JCC security system, so we're jumping straight into madness next chapter. And yeah, as I said previously, this will be Amane's ultimate test of his moral character, because if he honestly thinks Uzuki is going to hold up his end of the bargain, then he's deluding himself, and it'll only get worse once he that his grandfather is probably who they're after. And that does make me even more curious as well as to whether or not Uzuki already knows Amane's grandfather's the database and he's just being coy about it all, or if he's just genuinely unaware. Like, my personal guess on that is that I think that Uzuki at bare minimum has knowledge that the database is a person. He just doesn't know who it is specifically, and he was using Amane to figure out who the person is. So now the biggest question is whether he's like already narrowed it down enough to know it's Amane's grandfather, or if he's still in the dark as to who specifically is the database. Like, maybe I'm wrong on all this, and this is just pure speculation, but that's kind of how I'm viewing this right now. Is that Uzuki has kind of used Amane very specifically in order to as a measuring stick to say, okay, who among this staff and who among the JCC staff could possibly be the database. Like, I think Uzuki's been slowly kind of trying to piece that together behind the scenes, but while using Amane in order to find the database itself, kind of thing. On a slightly lighter note though, I also really like how in the aftermath of Etsuko revealing the database is Amane's grandfather, she immediately shifts into giving out advice to Shin, Akira, and Seba and how to combat their shortcomings. And I really like the advice she gives both Shin and Akira specifically, like in Shin's case, it really is a matter of using his weight, the weight of his own body against his opponent. Like it's a simple like at the end of the day, the advice like Etsuko gave Shin is very simple. Like it's basic combat strategy in a lot of ways, but it is one that, in retrospect, it makes you wonder why Shin never learned that at all. Like it's such a basic idea. It's such a basic idea that should be that should be basic combat knowledge for basically anyone, whether you're an assassin or otherwise. So how Shin never picked up on that is kind of like a serious head scratcher to me, but I guess it does also get to the idea of Shin always trying to be like Taro rather than kind of developing his own skills and abilities. He was too focused on copying him that he never considered the idea of that becoming his own assassin in order to be the world's greatest assassin like Taro. In Akira's case, I really like with what Etsuko said, that yeah, she has the skill and ability, but she lacks the discipline and control to utilize these skills in tandem with each other. Rather than treating them like they're separate of each other and separate of each other like she's been doing. And I think with Shin and Akira specifically, we are going to see them take these lessons into their fights now that things have completely gone off the rails, which again, thanks for that, Amane, but hopefully you're ready to clean up your own mess, just saying. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I got for this review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe from Blue Sky, and with Crunchyroll, be sure to notification bell, hit the subscribe button, and just share it around, guys. Dark Knight of signing off. Later, everyone.